Okay, this is Unit 3, Lesson 10b. We're going to continue evaluating functions, but now we're going to do so in context, in a real-world situation. Before we get to the questions, we should understand the difference between a discrete domain and a continuous domain. A discrete domain is when only specific values have meaning. So, for example, that would be things like if you were inputting number of shoes. Okay, you can only input one shoe or two shoes or three shoes. You can't input like half a pair of shoes. Or in some cases, pay by the week. That's a common one that comes up. When you get paid by the week, you tend to be 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You don't get paid for half a week. So that would be a discrete domain. And discrete domains are given as a set. So it would be, whatever, 0, 1, 2, 3. It could be ... to say 50 or something. That's just an example. It depends on the situation for you to decide what domain values make sense. A continuous domain is when all values make sense. Okay, so typical things like that would be time. Okay, you could have, let's say it was minutes. Maybe you have 1 minute or 2 minutes, but you also have 1.5 minutes. You also have 3.3 minutes or something like that. Hourly pay. In most cases, hourly pay is given, you can work part of an hour. You can work 6.2 hours and you get paid for 6.2 hours. And then the way we write those is we write those as compound inequalities. So for example, you might get something that looks like this. You might get something that looks like 0, and then x is typically our input, so that goes in the middle. And let's say the top end is 50. That's just an example. All right. This will depend on the situation, just like above. This is just an example. But discrete domains are given as sets. Continuous domains are given as compound inequalities. Or sometimes you also see interval notation. Okay, so let's see these in action. So let's take this situation. There's usually a big context around that, but we don't need this. But we have this function. B of x is 100 times 2 to the x, where B of x is the number of bacteria. So that's the output, number of bacteria in x hours. So x is the input. That's our domain. So we need to know that. That is our domain. Because, of course, the first thing that they're going to ask you is if this is discrete or continuous. So we're looking at domain, which means hours. Hours is most likely continuous. Why? Because the number of bacteria in X hours, well, the bacteria don't just change on the hour. They change all throughout the hour. So that means that this is continuous. And I'll explain it by saying, because you can take a count of bacteria at any time. Okay, you could do 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, but you could also go check at 3.2 hours. You could also check at 4.16 hours. Okay, so that's continuous. So now, since we're talking about hours, the question is, what is an appropriate domain for 1 day? Well, if we're talking about 1 day, that's 24 hours. So we're going to start at 0. X is our domain. And this can go all the way up to 24. Okay, so that's 1 day. What is the corresponding range? Okay, well, we need to know the outputs, the lowest amount of output and the highest output. Well, at 0 hours, the output is actually 100. So that's our lowest. And that goes to, our output is b of x, not f of x. Our output is b of x. And our highest output is, this is a big number, 1677721,600. And where did I get that? I got that by plugging 24 into my function. It's also where I got the 100 from. I plugged in 0, I plugged in 24. I evaluated this, which is what we did in the last lesson. Plugged in 0, plugged in 24. What is the value of b of 13 and what does it mean in context of the situation? Okay, so that is an evaluating question. So b of 13 means we're going to plug 13 in for x. I'm going to let my calculator do the heavy lifting, 819,200. What does it mean in context of the situation? Well, our input was 13, that's hours. Our output was this number, and that's bacteria. So what does it mean? It means at 13 hours, there was 819,200 bacteria. And the other question that I like to ask is, what is the meaning of b of x equals 12,800? So again, I'm not asking you for a value here. I'm just asking for meaning. In this case, I'm not giving you the number of hours. I'm giving you the output, which is the number of bacteria. So this means the number of hours needed, we don't know what it is, and we could figure it out if we needed to, needed to have 12,800 bacteria. Not asking you for the answer. I'm just asking you, what does it mean? The number of hours required to have 12,800 bacteria. Okay, so now you're going to practice this in a few different situations and see what we come up with.